Hey guys, it's Brickmaster AS here with another LEGO review video. As you can see, we have the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon, and it is so large I can't even fit it all on my screen. I'm actually not even in my studio just because it is so large I could not fit it. So, this is, as I just said, Temple of the Ultimate Weapon from the LEGO Ninjago movie line. I'm going to be doing a run through of it. I'm going to try and make it nice and quick. It is a big set. It's going to take a while. It's actually my largest LEGO set ever at 1,400 pieces. The price per part ratio on this thing is amazing, but there is also a lot of small pieces to kind of offset that. It also comes with, as you can see, 7 minifigures. So let's get right into the review. So here we have the first thing in the set. It is like a stone statue type animal. It's come to life. It's kind of almost dog slash bear like. It's kind of a mix between the two, and it uses up not a ton of pieces. So I mean, it's fairly, it's big in relative size to a minifigure, but it's not massive. But I think it's the right size to make it work. But the head is on a ball joint, front legs 2 ball joints, one at the foot, one at the back leg. Same for back here. We got another one. And then another ball joint here. It's mainly mixo style ball joints, but we got a bigger ball joint up here, and then we have it's like a round piece with the axle in the middle going through. You can get a ton of posability out of this. You can even get it back up on its back leg, standing up, if I can get it to balance. Back up, kind of pawn at the air. Its mouth opens up, and now it has a hinge in 2 spots. You can hinge big, wide, or if you want, you can just do this front mouthpiece. The eyes are really good. They're just tile pieces, 1 by 1 tile, round 1 by 1 round tile pieces. And the eyebrows, you can move them, and it adds a lot of expression. You can open them up. It almost looks happy or surprised. You move them to the side, make it almost look sad. But yeah, you can get a lot of expression out of that, which I think is cool. Now if I can set it back normally here real quick. I kind of rushed through it, so I'm going to kind of go a little bit slower so you can just kind of see all the details that the thing has. As it kind of looking at you from the side. But yeah, it's a very cool building. If you want, you could put a minifigure up there. And I do not know the context of these in the movie, so I'm going to see he's going to be backwards, but you can fit a figure riding it. Obviously, if his big katanas weren't there, he could be facing forward. But yeah, these are really cool. I think they're pretty neat, but there's one thing about them I don't like, is their ears are relatively loose. You can kind of see how they're attached, and they are sometimes they're just kind of loose and just kind of touching it, moving it around your hands. If you were playing with it, the ears tend to kind of fall back, and some people might think that's a good thing, kind of showing its back, showing it's more aggressive or whatever, but I kind of wish they would just stay in one spot. But the cool thing about this set, you get 2 of them, which I'm sure many of you who have looked at this set before know that, but for those of you who don't, it is really cool. But yeah, you get 2 of these bad boys. They're a completely identical build in the instruction booklets. It just says build 1, and then it says ×2, so you just turn all the way back to the beginning of the book and build it again. And now we're onto the temple itself. I am sorry I am shaky, but I'm going to have to kind of do this by hand here so we can kind of get everything about it. I don't have any fancy swiveling type stuff. Going around the bottom, it is mainly a rocky base, kind of building up. There's a lot of these window pieces used in it. They got cool elements building all the blue roofing, how they kind of take these cheese slope pieces and they kind of set them off at an angle, which is pretty cool. They got blue scorpion down there, kind of going up. They got these cool, almost like spear type pieces going up the sides there. And you think that blue piece in the center would rotate, but it doesn't. It is completely sturdy or firm there. Now up, then you have this big antenna piece, so you get size out of this thing. It goes all the way up. And at the top there, slowly working our way down. Again, you're just kind of re-seeing what you just saw. I'm going to back out a bit. Some cool building style, getting this whole section in there. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a sub-assembly. Coming down the stickering all the way down the front doors, and these are the steps going up. You can go up either way. They got sticker pieces. I believe there's only 1 print in this entire set, which is kind of a letdown for such a big set. Going on to the right side of the temple, you got some rock pieces again, one of those small ugly rock pieces, and then you got this cool cage. Now I'm going to set my you on a stand here so I can use my hands in here. There we go. Sorry for that longness there. But this rotates side to side, and it's loose. It's free. It's on one of these gray pins, so it's really loose and free. It can kind of swing around, but it is meant to capture a minifigure. So if you open up the doors, if I can get them open, you can actually stick a minifigure in there. And see if I can just grab one real quick. Take his hand out, kind of tilt it up to kind of set him back in there. Set him in there, and boom, you just captured a minifig. And then we're going to kind of come back out, and we're going to go right to the doors here. Now these doors are really cool. They're kind of like those big impeding doors. And the thing is, they're kind of hard to open. You're going to almost feel like you're breaking it to push it, and they're going to kind of snap. And they open up real smooth all the way in there. And you can actually see something that you're not supposed to be seeing because I didn't set that correctly. So that is the outside of the temple of the ultimate weapon. There's tons of fine details on it, but let's spin it around and get to see what's on the inside. This is the back of the temple. Most of the interesting stuff is from this point, or I should say this point down. Up, there's not much up there, but I will show you that obviously. I count about like 5.5 booby traps in here, but it is cool, and there is plenty, and I think that is sweet. So I'm gonna kind of show them to you kind of far out like this, and then when I get in closer I will show them to you. But first one is actually, I will take you off the pedestal and go in close. So you walk right through the main doors. These are the main doors leading in. You get here and you're like, oh cool, look at this, interesting, cool treasure chest. You go to grab it, and oops, it doesn't do that. The whole thing slides on out, and trapdoor happens, and you slide right out between the front stairs. There is the things, and you have to jump across. So I'm going to quick close that up, and I'm going to show you what that looks like from the other side. So I removed the weapon from his hand, but if I grab this back piece, he slides down, and he kind of has to be situated right, but he slides right out through the bottom. You can close it right back up and pull it open, but yeah, kind of has to be set right just so he can slide right down there. And usually if they have weapons or accessories, they don't slide down as easily. Now turning that back around, say let's leave this out. Say that's open. You get past that, and you get in a little bit farther, and you get set right there like, ooh, cool, I am safe. I just activated a booby trap, sorry. You look up right here. I can't see, there you go. Right there, you go like that. And it's a gear mechanism, and it lets a boulder fall right down on your head. That's really easy. You just turn this, and it rolls right back up. And this is probably my favorite action feature. It's the most fun to do. Yeah, just boop, falls right down. You can roll it right back up again. So, say you're now in there, and you finally get past that. Let's zoom in right there. So you get past the big rock, and you're standing. Let's take his weapon out of his hand, so he fits in there way better. You're standing right there looking at this cool scroll. See this knob right here? Oh, of course it was a dud. These, I don't know why, but these never work very well for me. I don't know if it's just how I use them or what, but try that again. Boom. It shoots out one of these printed disc pieces. So I was wrong. There's actually 3 prints. You get 2 of these, and there's another action feature that has a print. But yeah, so it's a little ninja thing shooting out at your feet to knock you out. So say you decide then to not go there, and you go back out in this main entrance. Oops. Okay, I'm making a big mess here. So let's roll this rock back up. Let's turn you around. Zoom you back out a bit. So say you're standing right here, and you're like, wow, this is a very dangerous temple. And then you notice, there's probably more traps, and you turn this gear, and TNT drops out right on your head and blows up. Of course, it doesn't actually blow up. It's just a brick, 2x2 brick with a 2x2 plate on top, printed piece that has TNT written across the top of it. Pretty cool. So that's activated. Now you're getting exhausted. So you go up the stairs, and you go right. That thing is hair trigger. You're standing right here, and you're going, oh wow, look at that cool sword on display. You turn this knob, and a sword comes down behind you, and of course, since he's attached to the stud, it doesn't work as well. That sword comes down and knocks you off. Now, as you can see, that sword is like super hair trigger. Even just bumping the temple, a lot of times it falls down. Of course, now it won't because I want it to. But so those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 traps. And I said and a half because, let's zoom in over here. This Vermilion Statue, you could have come to life, and that would be like your and a half trap. I know it's not really actually going to come to life. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It's not really a trap, but you could have it come to life. I don't see why not, because that would be just amazing if it did for your play. It just ups the play value. But you could have it come to life, and actually that pedestal down there, I cannot remember what it says, but if you translate that, it's kind of a Easter egg, and it kind of brings you, and it references one of the writers. As long as the thing in the back, I believe it was Brickset or Brickopedia, which kind of translated a lot of this, but that one says woo, and on the other side that one says, I believe it stands for Garmadon on the little red sticker there, but I cannot be certain. I know this has something to do with Spinjitzu saying something like that, and I do not know what the scroll says, but that does come out as well if you wish to take it out. Again, I did not translate these. I believe it was Brickset who translated them. But yeah, so I'll show you that figure up close, but it has the Vermilion armor, kind of a snake in it. And then let's kind of go upstairs. If I can just readjust my camera here. That's upstairs there, and that's all there is on that side of the upstairs. Let's zoom out just a touch. Maybe that way you can see it better. Kind of go that up. There's a skeleton head up there, and it's just a gold katana on display. Going to the other side, you can see there's the TNT dropper or hopper. That's where it drops. Excuse me. That is the vase that you could take out, or vase that you could take out. There's a bag of treasure there, and there is a container that you can take out. It's on a jumper that has a black stone soldier sword and a black katana. Now let's kind of zoom back, zoom way out so you can kind of see the whole temple, angle down a bit. Taking the chest out, it's kind of a cool top piece, but it's actually just on two excuse me, two 2x3 plates. Taking it off, there is 6 of these gold star pieces, and since it's one of those small pieces Lego often does, you get an extra one. Let's put that back and get on to the rest of the review. I apologize for that last bit of audio there. It was kind of bad as my mic was moving as I was coughing. I apologize for all that. It's not quite something I can control because I am still sick, so we're going to bump you down one level here. Going in close, you kind of have a sewer system, and all these little pieces are on like hopper type elements, because if you, let's slide this in to see better, but you can pop this out, and it's like an outside assembly. You can crawl through there. You can open this up. You can get in there. There are 2 of those snake pieces in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one out. But yeah, there's a snake on that side. Turn it around. There's a snake on that side. Plus that skeleton body there and leg. Using this set, you can actually complete that skeleton and maybe make that your other half trap, making it 6 traps. But there's actually a secret way out of there, which I'm going to turn around and show you from the front. Here's the front of that one sewer system. Pull this down, and that small ugly rock piece falls away, and you have right back into the sewer from the front. Now this is upstairs. Let me kind of zoom out so you can see there's the base on the bottom there. There's floor 1, floor 2, and this is like the attic. Right there you can see there's a sticker piece, and it has a picture of a volcano on it and kind of little eyes kind of hiding back in there. And then going to the other side, there's the activation for the boulder. There's a spider and actually a teapot hidden back down there. And actually where that scroll feature was with the disc shooter kind of cutting off your feet, behind the scroll there's actually another teapot as well. But yeah, that is a spider hiding in there. And then moving up even more, there's another sticker with some more eyes, and it's kind of a nice element piece. And there is the back of the temple going on up. So coming on down. So yeah, that's kind of the back of the temple. You have your sewer systems here with a bunch of hidden features. Then you got your trap 1. You got trap 2, trap 3, trap 4, trap 5, and then trap... Well, actually, I should recount. Trap 1, trap 2, trap 3, trap 4. Now I'm counting 4. Trap 5 and a half, and another half to make it 6. So those are all your traps. There's some great sticker elements, adding a lot of detail. The stickers in this set are completely worth it. I know a lot of people don't like stickers. I personally am alright with them. I'm not the best at applying them, but I do not mind them. Now real quick here, I'm going to quick show you how to build the skeleton. Close with that skeleton, there is one piece. There's the next piece. There is the leg. And there are the 2 arms. So there's the skeleton you can build. He is just the average minifigure. Arms move up, both legs they move independently. Here is the Vermilion Statue. He has the Vermilion armor. He has no printing on his body, but taking his head off, there is his face print, and there is his other print for his face. So if you want to go like that, you can, to kind of give him more of a possessed or awakened state. But those are the 2 unaccounted for minifigures that don't add the 6. Here is Dermot real quick. You can see he has, well, actually you can't really see, it's hard to see, but he has a brown hip piece, and then he has printing going down that's brown on his legs. He has a blue belt or a sash around his waist, and he has a very hairy, muscular up chest. Taking off his hat piece, you can see his face is kind of almost confused. There is his camel arm piece, kind of going with his jungle theme. Taking his, not his head, his upper torso piece off. You can see there is his torso piece for the bottom. Setting it back down, attaching him to the studded base I have him on. You can obviously see, well no you can't see, there, now you can obviously see he comes with 4 katana pieces. Now we're going to jump into 3 ninja right now. And that would be Kai, Nia, and Lloyd from left to right. You can see they got good torso prints on them. It's going mainly through also the legs and the hips. Lloyd has that printing where if the light hits it right on camera, you can kind of see it. He has the printing on the arms that you can't see. So turning these figures sideways to see their side printing, you can see only 2 of them, the 2 on the right, have printing on their side. The weapons in their hands are not necessarily in the hands that the instructions said. They're just kind of in a hand that I put them in. Going around to the back, you can't see Kai's back print, so let's take off his our weapon piece. Let me get his hair back on. You can see they all have the same symbol, just in different colors and a little bit differently colored. Nia has that cool sash piece going around her waist. It is that hard fabric, so it doesn't fold or take folds very well. Then I got hair pieces, as well as each one of them has an alternate face. All of them kind of looking happy, and Nia almost looking more just kind of amused by something that's happening. And then we're going to go to the last 3 figures, Zane, Jay, and good old Cole. He's kind of the rock of the team at times. Haha, pun intended. But anyways, they got good front prints. They all get hair pieces as well. You can kind of see they got details going through the hips and the legs and even on the feet. Turning them sideways, let's turn them this way. You can see each one of the, only one of them has printing on their wrists, and that is Cole. And then turning them back, sorry for the shake there, I just banged my knee against the table. You can see 2 of the 3 prints for the back pieces, and there is the print for Zane. Very good printing all around. Then taking pieces off, you can just see more alternate faces for 2 of them, kind of a happy face, and Zane doesn't get an alternate face because he has the hair piece, so you would be able to see it all the time. It kind of has that fake buzz going on that he gets, and that rounds out the minifigures. And there you have it, the temple of the ultimate weapon. This is a great set. To be honest, I thought the set was really cool, but the biggest reason I got this set was for the 6 minifigure ninjas with the hair pieces. Now, of course, that's not the only reason I bought this set, because that would be a lot of money if I didn't like the set for just 6 minifigures. I do like this set a lot. Now, there's one complaint. Looking back at the inside of the temple, there wasn't much room to move in. Here, you know what? so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to quick take this temple, grab it, and throw it around here. Looking at it, you can see there's only like one stud width for him to walk here. I'm just going to lift the whole thing up, and there's not much down there either. So you get this great temple. It's massively tall, but you get very thin looking build going down the side, only a couple studs wide, which was kind of a disappointment. I mean, something of this price and this size, you'd think you'd get more inside movement room than you actually did, and that was kind of a big letdown. But otherwise, I think the set is pretty good. I can't think of really any other negatives about the set. I know there was something I did want to say, but I can't remember what it is. So with that, I think I'm going to close this review up. It was kind of a long one. I apologize for that, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like in the description, or in the down below, and if you really liked it, why don't you drop a subscribe and stay tuned for more sets, because I will be doing something cool with the Ninja pretty soon.